Back with Brian Hayes and Bruce Boudreau. So the Canucks are headed back to Nashville after a loss in Game 5. They're down to their third-string goalie. Nikita Zadorov is commenting on the officiating. Bruce, do you think the Predators are looking across the ice right now thinking, we've got a real shot here?
Well, if I was Nashville, I certainly would think I have a shot. I mean, let's look at the series. I mean, the first two games they split. Game 3, Nashville lost and only allowed 12 shots. Game 4, Nashville lost, and they scored 2 goals in the last with the goalie pulled. Game 5, they won. Now they're coming home, and I've got to believe that Nashville's saying we're not losing 3 in a row at home. And then anybody's game in Game 7, Vancouver's not scoring a lot. It's a low-event hockey game every time, where it seems like a 1-goal game every time. So I'm thinking that if I'm Nashville, I'm thinking, hey, we're not only right into it, we've got a really good shot at winning this thing.
Yeah, I think Nashville should be feeling very, very positive about where they're at right now. So should Vancouver. They're still leading the series. It's not like Vancouver got blown out last night. But Nashville's going home, like Bruce said. They're likely going to hold home ice. They have the better goaltender, and Vancouver does not have a history of playoff success. Not that Nashville has a rich history either, but this is a new, uncharted territory for Vancouver at this point. For a lot of their star players, they're trying to get over the top for the first time. That can be very daunting. Nashville, I'm sure, is aware of that. The pressure is on Nashville to get it done in Game 6, but if they do, it swings rapidly the other way into Vancouver's side of things.
Bruce, you coached Elias Pettersson. He's an elite player in the NHL. How can you explain the fact he has 1 goal in his last 18 games, and how would you try and snap him out of this slump?
Man, I can't explain it. I watch him closely. He's one of my favorite players of all time. And you know what? He's got one of the best releases, one of the best shots I've ever seen, this side of Alex Ovechkin at least. And so to explain that, the only way I can do it is he's a guy that lives and dies a lot on confidence. And I think his confidence must be at an all-time low. When I first went to Vancouver, his confidence was very low, and his numbers indicated that he wasn't getting things done. But once you start believing in him, and he's the kind of guy that needs the pat on the back more than the kick in the butt anytime, then he starts believing in himself. And if he believes in himself, he's gonna make plays that count. I mean, this guy is too good a player to go in a slump like this at this time. I got to believe if he gets 6 or 7 shots on goal, the next game he's going to get 1 or 2 goals.
Brian, you go on the radio 3 hours a day on TSN 1050. You know all too well how hard the Canadian media can be on players. So do you think any added pressure from playing in a big market is weighing on Pettersson here?
I don't think it should be, because sure, the medium, there's a lot of volume in terms of media, but there's tough media in the U.S. as well, in different markets in Canada. And I'm guessing the media probably propped him up when he got the largest contract in Vancouver Canuck history. Right, I don't think the media is getting 10% of that money that's going to Pettersson for the next 8 years. So this is the way it works, I think, in Canada and really in the States likely as well. It's pretty simple when it comes to the media. You play well, you will have your tires pumped. People will salute you. People will go over the top, especially in a local market. If you play poorly, you're going to be criticized. It's a pretty simple formula. I don't think it's personal. I don't think it's unwarranted. In fact, I think it's completely justified. He's lucky. His team's up 3-2. He's still got a chance to rewrite his own story here in the playoffs. Pettersson shows up in Nashville in Game 6 and plays huge, and they win that game. No one's going to even think about what happened the first 5 games. They will be parading in the streets of Vancouver, and people will be loving Elias Pettersson again. And ultimately, I think it's a compliment, right? Depth players don't get talked about much. There's not a lot of front-page material coming out of 3rd and 4th-line guys and third deep pairing players. You get talked about because you're a superstar, because the expectations are high. That's why you got paid what you got. That's why all eyes are on you. I'm sure Rick Tockett's looking at him too right now saying, we need you, man. And again, if he shows up, it doesn't matter what happened the first 5 games. If you get through and they play Edmonton, LA, whatever it's going to be in the second round, Elias Pettersson's still got a lot of time here to completely rewrite the script. So I don't blame the media at all. He's a big boy. He's a very good player. He's got to be better. He probably knows it. I think everyone else does in Vancouver. And if he turns the tide again, it'll be pump and tire sessions moving forward for Elias Pettersson.
Well, the good news for Pettersson and the Canucks, they have an extra day to try to find their game here. Game 6 isn't until Friday night, where the Canucks will have another chance to get past the Predators. Thanks for this, guys.